All right, greetings. And today I just wanted to go over, any problems that you might have. Say if you have some technical difficulties or something strange is going on that you just don't understand, here are some tips with VS Code to help clear things up. So first things first, right? You're trying to use VS Code, but Python is not even there. Python 2, right? Python 2 is not in there. What you want to do is you want to first go back to your downloads. To deal with this problem, you want to go to your downloads. You want to find that Python installer that you use to install Python. You want to click on it, right? And then you want to click on modify, right? Make sure all these are clicked the way that you see them, right? Let me know. Pause the video and make sure they're clicked, right? You want to go back to that installer, like I said. Pause the video, make sure they're clicked, and then you want to add your Python to environment variables. This is the main reason why you have problems, why it doesn't even see Python, because it's not in your environment variables, right? And also you want to pre-compile the standard library. And then again, you want to you'll be able to customize install location. Like in case that you can't, right? I usually like to put it here. In case that you can't, where you want to take note of where it installs Python. Just in case you have any issues, you could go to that directory and run Python from there. It'll also be available in the task menu, just in case you need it. So once you're done, you click install, and after that, Python should be available. Installation will take a while. Exit out of the Python interpreter, right? You want to do it. Exit, just like that, to exit out of there and get back into your there. Right? Sometimes, right, you type in python3, then we type in python3 again, .py, and invalid syntax. Once you see errors like this, right, once you see file stdin means, and you don't get that red error anymore, that means you're running Python, the program itself. So what you want to do is you want to go ahead and exit out of there. Okay, so the next problem you might have is with characters, right? You might run a program and you will get an error, right? Right, we have an invalid character. Usually this stays hidden, right? But my console was able to see what's going on. But in order to see properly what we want to do here, we want to go ahead and select encoding, reopen with encoding, and click this item, guess from content, and now you could see the full character, that demon character that's not supposed to be there. You go ahead and delete it, and that is the end of that, right? I'm just gonna leave it here for future videos next time, but you go ahead and delete it, save, and now it runs properly, right? So, right, you want to change that encoding to the suggested encoding that it says in order for you to see, ooh, wrong encoding, right? Right, but as you see, you could play around with the encodings, right? Completely different text. So the encoding that Python uses is UTF-8, okay? And if you want to see those hidden characters, right, you change it. You click this button where UTF-8 is, and reopen with encoding, choose the suggested one, and go in and delete those characters. Okay, and the next problem is you might have a situation where there are tabs. You think you tabbed correctly. You have all your tabs incorrect, but when you run it, you get this error. What you want to do is you want to go into your settings station by hitting Command-Shift-P, or you could go to settings here, right? And what you want to do is there a JSON option as well? Not really. So I'm going to go, I would rather use the dictionary version, right? Python, because we're all learning Python, right? You want to go ahead, right? Control-Shift-P or Command-Shift-P. We want to go to Preferences, Open Settings.json, and we want to add these 2 lines of text, right? Take your while to copy and paste. I want to add those 2 lines to the end of the dictionary. Once that is, once we have that, we save, and then we see that Python not only cares about tags, that there's different types of tags, and this usually happens when we copy and paste. All right, when we copy and paste, we usually get these problems. In Python, how we're going to correct them is that we basically want to go ahead and replace those tags that you copy and paste it from, right, with the tags that our computer usually makes, or we want to make all the tags look the same. Right? When the tags that your computer usually makes are these, right? But when you copy and paste, sometimes you get those instead, right? So for future audiences, I'm going to reset that, but you want to make sure that you go to settings.json, hit Command-Shift-P, enter these 2 entries, these key value entries at the end of the dictionary, and go ahead and modify, make sure all these line up. And when you do that, your code will run, as you can see here. And one last thing I want to show you is that DOS to Unix. That DOS to Unix. So anytime you have any errors, right, you save in Windows, and then you move over to Kali to run it, you just want to run that DOS to Unix. So now, when we run it, all right, you still get an error, right? You get that same little error, right? But now when we run it, we just run it again. Let me just run it again. We get no errors. So those are all the tips I wanted to share with you. And so if you've had any problems, refer to this video and refer to what you learned in this video to troubleshoot.